Hello there! Hi! So, 2016 has come to an end, and it has been a very long, hard reading year. I started out the year by not reading anything in January. This year, my goal was to read 50 books, and unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna hit that. Right now, I'm at about 38, 39, and it's looking like a struggle bus situation. I'm in a deep reading slump. It's fine. I've accepted it. We should just move on. I know most people have gotten into the habit of doing top 15 of 2015, top 14 of 2014, but honestly, let's be real here. That is just bullshit. Okay, I am sick of it because we're gonna hit 2020 and there's gonna be people going top 20 of 2020, top 50 of 2050. Like, no, we need to stop. Right, just stop. I have decided to keep it limited to a top 10. That does not mean that I didn't love a lot of the books that I read this year. There are a lot that have been left off of this list. Let's just get into it. Going from the bottom to the top. Party hard. What am I doing? I feel like Jessie the Reader. So number 10 on my list, Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. This book came out in 2015, I believe, but it is a spin-off of Fangirl, and it talks about this fictional world of Simon Snow. It has been compared to Harry Potter, and it definitely has some similarities, but I just really loved the romance between Baz and Simon. It was so adorable, and it's honestly one of those things that even though I don't really remember most of what happened in the story, the reason this is on this list is because I think of that pairing constantly, and I'm just like,
but what would Simon and Baz do?
Number 9 on my list is part of a duology, and I read the entire duology this year, Crooked Kingdom. The reason this is on this list is because I did enjoy this a lot more than I enjoyed Six of Crows. I love this duology because it's kind of loosely based off of the Grisha trilogy and that world, but I just, I love the characters in this series so much, and it does actually reference a lot of the Grisha characters, so that was amazing. But I think one of the main reasons why this series is so important to me is because of the diversity. A lot of the characters are characters you don't normally see in literature. Overall, it's just a really great inclusive story, and I love the action in it. It's just so good, and I want more. I want more, Lee. Give it to me, please. I didn't think this book was gonna make it on this list because I didn't think I was gonna read it this year, but I did, and it's Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare, the first book in the Dark Artifices series, and this is the continuation of what we got through in the Mortal Instruments series, so we do see some Mortal Instruments characters in here. It was lovely. But the reason this is on my list is because I just had so much fun reading it. Cassandra Clare just has a really great sense of humor, and I love all of her characters. They're so funny and witty and, can I say, humorous? Number 7 is Night Film by Marisha Pessl. This book is obviously on my favorites list because I had so much fun reading it. You have to read it if you haven't read it. It's an adult psychological thriller. It's based off of this cult filmmaker, Stanislas Cordova, who is fictional, but he makes these really amazing, creepy horror movies, and like, it just, wow, so good. I got very obsessed with this book, similar to Gone Girl in a lot of ways, but I would highly recommend this if you haven't read it. It's definitely one of my favorite books of the year, and maybe forever? I don't know. Number 6 on our list is actually a part of a quartet. I read this whole quartet in July, and I read most of it on audiobook, and I loved it. The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. I actually got to interview Maggie Stiefvater at YALLFest this year, which was amazing. But if you don't know what the Raven Cycle is about, it kind of has stuff to do with like ley lines and psychics, and it's really creepy, and it's magical realism, so it may be difficult for you to get into, but holy crap, the finale. I know a lot of people may not have been as satisfied with the finale as I was, but I was so satisfied with it. Satisfied. This series just means a lot to me. I love it, and I love this book so much. And also, can we talk about Ronan Lynch? Top 5, so number 5 on our list is Furiously Happy by Jenny Lawson. If you haven't heard of this book, this is a really funny nonfiction book about mental illness, specifically like depression and anxiety, but there's also some other things thrown in there. But this is the first book that I ever fully read on audiobook, and it was the best experience of my life. Not actually, but almost. It was so funny, and it's really great because the narrator is actually the one who, narrates it. The author is the one who narrates it, and she is so funny. Literally, anytime anybody asked for an audiobook recommendation this year, I was like, have you heard of Furiously Happy? Because it's amazing and it makes me furiously happy. So these last couple of books I think are pretty predictable and nobody's going to be surprised that they're at the top of my list. So let's just get that out of the way. Don't be surprised if they're all predictable. It's fine. And to start out that predictable list, Hamilton, the Revolution. And if you don't know what it is, it's a coffee table book and it's all about Hamilton the musical, and it kind of tells more of the behind the scenes of what went into making it and the lyrics and this is the highlight of 2016, honestly. I paid 40 bucks for this book plus an $85 Uber ride, but I got it signed by the author, so I'm pretty happy. This book made me cry literally every other page. I was getting a tissue. I used so many tissues, and it was emotional and beautiful, and if you haven't read it, whether you like Hamilton or not, you need to read it because it's just, it's so beautiful. Also, can we talk about It's Quiet Uptown? Because real tears, people, real tears. So number 3, what the hell? V.E. Schwab, why would you? Why? I absolutely adore it. It reminds me of a lot of things like kind of Goblet of Fire, but it was so unique, and coming out of the first book, which I didn't enjoy as much as I expected to, I was so blown away by the growth in this one. This book just means so much to me, and I'm so incredibly excited for the finale, A Conjuring of Light. It's just, I'm pumped. It's great. Also, mainly this is on the list because Delilah Bard. Don't even comment. It's here. Empire of Storms. I had to put it on the list. I'm sorry. I enjoyed this book a lot. Whether you did or not, doesn't matter because I loved it and it was great. The reason it's not number 1 is because I did not enjoy it as much as Queen of Shadows. It's great and I really enjoyed it, but I do think Sarah has better books out there, so I was like, yeah, of course it's my number 2. But it's not my number 1 because my number 1 is... Was anybody actually surprised though? Like, I don't think so. A Court of Mist and Fury is literally my second favorite book of all time. That is what has happened in the past 12 months. If you have not watched any of my videos up until this point, know that this book changed everything for me, basically. A Court of Mist and Fury is a book that I have read twice, and I'm in the middle of my 3rd read of it. This time I'm reading it on audiobook, and it only came out in May of 2016. This book means so much to me because I literally just love the characters. The characters make this whole book. They're so beautiful and funny and relatable in so many ways, and I love the humor in this book, and the growth, the character development, period, is just beautiful, and I love it. Those are my top 10 books of 2016. I know some of them you're not gonna like on there, but that's okay. Let me know your favorite book of 2016 in the comments, and let's just prepare mentally for a second for 2017 because so many things are happening in 2017. I don't even know what's gonna happen at this point next year. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a great reading year, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye!